you know, I just, like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like,
what?
Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, just went to a majority draw, and you can argue that Manny Pacquiao should have won the fight and was.
He was still good at it. I think he was stealing some rounds at the end. Whether he deserved them or he didn't deserve them, whatever. They were close rounds. He might have stole them on the judges' cards.
Shannon Sharpe criticizes the WBC after Manny Pacquiao was denied a clear win against Mario Barrios. He believes the fight was dull and Barrios didn't show the urgency expected from a younger fighter. Despite Pacquiao's dominant performance, the judges ruled it a draw, which Sharpe sees as another example of boxing favoring marketable names. For him, it's proof that the sport has shifted from fair competition to pure business decisions. Mario Barrios' recent track record has sparked major discussions within the boxing world.
You're back on The Way Concept presented by The Ring Magazine. And folks, I just watched Manny Pacquiao, that's right, 8-division world champion and 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao, off a 3-year layoff Manny Pacquiao, off a loss before the 3-year layoff Manny Pacquiao, go to a majority draw with a world champion in a title fight in 2025. What the just happened? The breakdown. Let's go.
He is the star of Wade Concept.
So like I said, Manny Pacquiao, 2025, fighting for a world championship is not something you expect me to hear. Number one, especially off the 3-year layoff, especially at 147, especially off a loss, and especially not going to a majority draw. This is a win for Manny Pacquiao. I'm just going to say it. Tonight, he fought Mario Barrios on PBC, on Amazon Prime Video for the WBC World Championship. Mario Barrios, I like the guy, but it has to be said, when you have 2 of your last title defenses ending in a split draw and a majority draw, you may be the worst title holder in boxing right now. I'm sorry. That's not comparing him to being a shitty boxer. It's just saying that as of right now, he might be the worst world champion in boxing. It may be one of the worst I've seen in a while. Also, kind of unrelated, this kind of looks bad for Tank Davis's record because that was supposed to be a stalwart win on Tank's career when he moved up to 140 and beat Barrios for the belt there. But now it's not looking so good because 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao just went to a majority draw, and you can argue that Manny Pacquiao should have won the.
His last 2 fights, both ending in draws, have created a sense of unease among fans and analysts. The latest clash against Manny Pacquiao in particular stirred controversy as many believe Manny was the clear victor. This has led to growing skepticism with supporters, suggesting something suspicious may be happening behind the scenes. For Pacquiao fans, the night was a celebration of his enduring skill and spirit. But for Barrios' supporters, it was a disappointing performance that only benefited from a favorable judge's decision. The result left a bitter taste, overshadowing.
Honestly, because that right there is rough to watch if you're a Barrios fan. If you're a Manny Pacquiao fan, this is a fantastic night. And you could even argue maybe he should have got the belt. But I think where this fight became more close was in the later rounds when Pacquiao, obviously close to being an AARP member, was going to slow down. And if your game plan, if you're Mario Barrios, is to go, okay, I'm just going to outlast him. Eventually, he's going to slow down. One, it's psychotic to me to even think, I'll wait for the 46-year-old to slow down in the later rounds. Not, I'm going to go and do what I should do as a champion and go after this guy. Respect be damned. It's a world championship fight. I saw some people saying, oh, he's carrying Manny out of respect. Excuse me?
What could have been a defining night in boxing criticism against Mario Barrios intensified following his lackluster showing in the ring. Despite the official draw, many viewers felt that he was clearly outclassed. Barrios appeared hesitant and passive, failing to mount any meaningful offense throughout the fight. He threw too few punches and lacked the aggression expected from a fighter at his level. Observers noted that even if the bout wasn't officially scored as a loss, Barrios' failure to assert himself made it feel like a moral defeat. Meanwhile,
because like
weird rounds, hard to score.
Pacquiao did better than I thought he did. And that's like, we get into that weird territory in boxing where you start grading on a curve. That's not how boxing works. And I was like, oh, Pacquiao's doing better. He's probably winning. Oh, he won. But no, he probably didn't. And a draw is he's probably lucky to get a draw.
Yeah, as I was watching it and scoring it, and I was in the live chat with people, and there was just so many rabid Pacquiao fans that were like, every time he did anything, first of all, anytime he did anything in the arena, the place went absolutely bonkers. Like it was going to tear down. Honestly, he probably fought 50 to 60 seconds a round. He did not do much. He didn't need to because Barrios didn't step on the gas pedal at all at any point. He was so listless and just kind of like ho-humming through it. So Pacquiao was able to steal moments, and he did a really good job of stealing the end of rounds and making an exclamation point. And also, we saw flashes of the Manny of old when he would have that little like the flourishing signature in the end of something. He'd make that little movement, bang, he'd pop that left hand, he'd fly out, boom, 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 boom. He'd make those little moves, he'd do the fancy feet, and you would be like, but really nothing happened. He didn't land a lot of punches. Like it wasn't like anything really effective. But it got everybody emotional. It got everybody, and whereas Barrios was the exact opposite. Everything he did was so workmanlike. He has zero charisma. He has no sell on anything he does. He just lacked passion. I know he's Aztec warrior, but where was the passion? Where was the exchanging? Where was the biting down on my mouthpiece and going for it? So there was a lot of opportunities based on how both guys fought for Manny to actually steal rounds because Mario wasn't selling it. Pacquiao was. The crowd was behind him. But yes, when you do it, you're looking at it almost like you're almost comparing Pacquiao to Pacquiao. You're being like, oh, he fought really good for a 46-year-old. He didn't fight really good for a 12-round main event, champion. He fought really good for a 46-year-old Pacquiao. So you get that idea in your head, like, oh man, he's doing so good. But is he really, or are you just voting for the guy that you like better?
Like nostalgia's a hell of a joke, and we were all
it is, man.
Pacquiao looked sharper, more prepared, and more driven. The controversial result seemed to shield Barrios from a rightful loss, igniting outrage and disbelief among fans. Renowned trainer Robert Garcia added weight to the ongoing debate by offering a blunt perspective on the controversy. He emphasized that boxing today operates less like a sport and more like a business. Garcia suggested that economic considerations now drive decisions, especially in high-profile bouts. Younger fighters like Barrios are seen as future investments.
I don't know where to start. So first of all, why do they keep robbing Manny Pacquiao? He got robbed against Bradley.
I didn't see the fight, but I heard from everybody that he got robbed.
You trust Paulie Malignaggi. He said they robbed Pacquiao.
Man, you know what?
He got robbed with Jeff
It's
Horn.
actually weird, because you see, like the way boxing is, the business is. I'm not saying promoters, because it's the same thing with the business, where you want, like when you have that one fighter that, like when you have a young prospects that are signed to, like managers, judges and commissioners, they already know who's the one that's signed, who's the one they want
to promote on, yeah.
So there's a lot of times where those young fighters get away with wins that maybe should have gone the other way, or maybe a draw, but they still give them the win.
And their marketability often takes priority over merit. Garcia argued that Pacquiao winning at age 46 doesn't provide long-term value for promoters, and that could be a reason why decisions seem to tilt against him. Adding another layer to the discussion, the veteran known as the Goose expressed concerns over repeated injustices in Pio's career. He highlighted that controversial judging is nothing new in boxing, but questioned why it so often happens to Manny. Specifically, drawing from past examples, he suggested that Pacquiao may be targeted because of his background.
Hey there, welcome. It's Coffee with the Goose. I'm excited to have you with me again. I talk about things that are interesting, fascinating, and in this case, very irritating. I'm the Goose. We'll start with a little coffee. As you know, my coffee is very strong, like my opinion, and of course I have some creamer in there to make it sweet, just like me. Okay, I'm not happy. I'll be honest with you. We all have our views of what happened during the Pacquiao-Mario Barrios fight. We all have our views. We all have our opinions. I think whether you're a Pacquiao fan or Barrios fan, you're not happy either. You shouldn't be. It was not a good show. First of all, I'll give props to Mario Barrios. He's the whipping boy for some reason. People are saying, well, he's the champion. He should have been a little more aggressive and come after Pacquiao a little more. And, shouldn't, be happy with the draw. I'm sure he's not happy with the draw. That's 2 in a row for him, by the way. But, in Barrios' defense, he's fighting Manny Pacquiao. So I think he was maybe a little psyched out. I really think. And most of Pacquiao's opponents are. It's the Pac-Man. You should be a little afraid. And Jude and I think we agreed during the fight that both of these guys, at some point, they're acting like they're afraid of each other. It's a weird fight. I'm not happy. Nobody should be happy with the draw. But let's get on to bigger and, well, not better things. Let's just get to reality, okay? It's corruption in boxing. Nothing new. We've seen this before. But why does it seem to happen? Why is Manny Pacquiao the victim so often, as opposed to other fighters where it may happen once or twice? Did Pacquiao win? It was a very close fight. I had Pacquiao leading after 9 rounds. And the championship rounds, I think Barrios took 2 of those 3 rounds. So very tight fight. I think Pacquiao probably won.
Manny Pacquiao's background as an Asian fighter rather than a British or American one has raised concerns about bias in boxing's judging system. The Goose, a U.S. Army veteran, voiced what many fans have felt for years, that Pacquiao is often treated unfairly compared to Western fighters. His sentiment struck a chord with viewers who believe Manny's global success hasn't shielded him from discrimination. In their eyes, he's consistently judged more harshly despite his accomplishments. This perception of unequal treatment has added to the frustration surrounding recent decisions and fueled ongoing debates about fairness and integrity in the sport.